It's time to gather together. Hi there, I'm Yelta, and I'll be buying the first round while we chat about Final Fantasy XIV. This is episode 226. Pull up a chair and join us. On the menu tonight, the 7th 14-hour broadcast, live letter from the producer 65, Endwalker's Benchmark, the Endwalker Benchmark Screenshot campaign, Endwalker promotional site launches, watch the Blue Mage challenge, play free for up to 14 days in the latest free login campaign. The Make It Rain campaign begins July 19th. The Feast Season 20 is coming soon. Asmongold's Pain and Pleasure in Eorzea, and some fan mail. But first, let's shoot the shit. What has been going on this week? Hi there, Ruby.
What up, Yelta? How are you?
What up? I am good. How are you?
I'm great. It's been 2 weeks. I always want to say what's been going on this week. Well, we used to do weekly, and now it's 2 weeks. But there's been a lot of news. I'm like, should we be doing this weekly? There's been a lot of stuff going on. It's I don't even know where to begin. There's been so much stuff happening. Let me start with a little bit of what I've been doing in Eorzea, just because it's brief and I want to move on to another topic. But I did finish Eureka. I completed all of Eureka, Hydatos included. Got it to 60 elemental level. And then had to finish those crystals because it's much easier to get to 60 than it is to get 350 crystals, whatever it is, to finish up. But I made it. I did it. And I got the Tua Elemental or whatever it's called. And it's beautiful. It glows really nice. It took longer than it should have because I bought the glowy armor first. I needed...
you did Summoner, right? So you did casting?
I did Summoner.
Is that
so
right?
I bought the caster one. And I immediately dyed it turquoise. It looks so good in turquoise. I've got Midgardsormr as a minion. He lands on my shoulder. I've got my Dalamud horn on, my moonlit earring. And then I had to buy the gloves as well with the elemental +1 because I needed the white gloves with the blue glowing ring. I'm a new man.
Probably looking good. I don't think I've seen you in game in a while.
I found the glamour I've been looking for. If you've been to Eureka, you would have found me because I've done that shit every day. I was asked if I was paying rent to Eureka for as much as I've been staying there. So it true. But I knew all the fans, all the guests, all the people that run Eureka. It's fascinating. There is a subculture in there. If you are a Eureka runner on Primal Data Center, you probably know of Spankage, I think his name is, and you probably know some of these other characters that run around in there and talk. And I don't know if they sweep in and out, like on some periodic basis, or if there's people that are there. My understanding is Spankage farms for these drops that sell for millions still, that I still haven't seen one of, and people run Seto repeatedly looking for drops to sell on the auction house. But he also helped us pop things that weren't for millions of gil. So he wasn't such a bad guy after all. The redemption story for Spankage. Spankage, if you're out there, what's up? I also learned in Eureka, this was just crazy, but I also learned that this is the grindiest of the grindy people because I couldn't tell you how many people I saw with triple triad mounts. And then I also realized that you do not have to have those super rare Final Fantasy character cards to complete the Triple Triad Mount Challenge. And I have been deceiving myself the whole time. I discovered that after asking several people in Eureka, how did you get that mount so fast? And so I have made a spreadsheet of the fights that I need. After this weekend, I will be submitting it to the free company for approval. See if we can get some shit done so Ruby can get that mount. I want to fly that ugly red mount everywhere because I want every triple triad card. But I still want my other 2 triple triad cards. In fact, this is Furion week, and I'm not going to get top slot because I don't win trade. But I can play good enough to get 2 platinum cards. And last week, or the last time, I got a Tidus card. So there's hope of getting a 5-star card out of it. That's not something stupid.
So the ones you don't need are the ones from other Final Fantasy games, like those.
You don't need the Warrior of Light
and Zidane and Lightning.
No. Yep, you don't need
Okay.
those. But I've got all but
Good
2.
to know.
Yeah. So
I'm missing 5 of those.
that's why I need like a gold mount if you get every card. But
yeah.
maybe I guess they'll add, what's the guy's name from 16? Clyde or something? There's a.
I don't know. He wants to kill Chaos though. That's all I know about the
Oh
game.
yeah, well, I think we have a Chaos card. They have to try again. Maybe they can play on opposite teams. I have no idea. I suspect we'll be killing primals in Final Fantasy 16 just as we do for Final Fantasy 14. But I think we actually have some 16 news maybe a little later if Yoshida talks about it in the Lives of the Letter stuff that we'll talk about. But okay, let's move on from Ruby stuff. Anyway, finished Eureka, was very happy. But the other thing that I did was I watched a shit ton of Asmongold. I would love to say it was just for research purposes for the podcast. I also want to give a disclaimer. I'm not a WoW guy. I can't talk about WoW, and I am not going to talk about WoW. But I got to tell you, this is, I guess, it could be some people's exit from this episode. I think the guy is a pretty good streamer. I can see that personality that reminds me of like 2006 in a way. A little got a touch of that 4chan, a touch of that little whatever it is, grab yourself by the junk kind of thing. Whatever you want to call that. It doesn't bother me. I think he says some actually kind of funny shit while he's playing. But aside from his persona or whatever character, aside from that, he is thoroughly enjoying his time in Eorzea. From the jump, I have seen him almost with the look of childlike wonder as he has explored certain dungeons and then doing story fights. And he treats these fights, honestly, with the honor that they're due, like the weight of what the fight was at the time, because he's running them at level, eye level synced, in order to give himself the most real challenge at that time. And he struggles. I don't think him as a player struggles, but like he struggles through the fights. But he enjoys the fight. You are able to see the look on his face as he's enjoying these fights. And it's something to me. I really like watching it. But there are people who don't. There is a group of people who really, for one reason or another, do not like him. And during this, there were some very nasty comments that came out, and Asmongold caught wind of these, as a matter of fact, and he did a video on it. And the video is Blizzard just lost it. Lead manager insults Asmongold and promotes harassers in Final Fantasy XIV. So the short story is someone, I assume from the Final Fantasy XIV community, they made a comment that Asmongold, this was on Twitter, I want to make something very clear. Asmongold's kind of hatred and rudeness is not welcome in Final Fantasy XIV. It's the responsibility of every decent player to overwhelmingly report every single incident of it and make sure that he's run off quickly. Do not give him or his fanboys room. And they have actually, this Twitter account that it came from has a WoW, not a WoW avatar, but a WoW banner at the top, a WoW character banner. So I'm assuming this is someone that plays WoW or played WoW, did not care for Asmongold's character or statements that he has made in the past, and made it very clear to not want to accept Asmongold into the Final Fantasy XIV community. Before anything has happened, just stay away. Don't be in part of the community. On top of that,
it's so gross.
What's grosser is that got a boost from a gentleman, Adam Holiski, lead product manager, data at Blizzard Entertainment, WoW Insider, etc. Blue check mark. That guy is an asshole about Asmongold. So you've got someone who is a lead product manager working at Blizzard Entertainment, basically boosting a message from, and this is unanimous, I believe, across the community, a gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. Boosting a gatekeeping message. It's very odd to me to see strange bedfellows, I suppose. Maybe not so strange. Maybe not so strange compared to things I've heard about Blizzard staff in most recent years, as opposed to the old days of WoW. And I don't want to miss this part, is that not only was did this thing happen where this Blizzard guy echoed this sentiment, but there was also a group of people that surrounded him when he entered the game in Limsa Lominsa and would kill the mobs around him so he couldn't clear the content or couldn't
those stream
progress.
snipers, that is so rude and so awful.
These stream snipers are taking advantage of it, and it blurs the line between how many of these people are there to actually harass him, how many of them just want to get seen on camera, how many are a bunch of free 4chan accounts or whatever. It's hard to say, it's hard to tell. One thing that came out of it was he reported it, and a GM did something about it. And just when he said he was going to report, that crowd decimated. Because people are scared of the terms of service in Final Fantasy XIV. And I remember a time, Yelta, what was it, about a year to 2 years back, the terms of service in this game changed. And people were scared shitless. But they were scared because they believed they were going to go into Sastasha and they were going to tell some healer, use cleric stance, whatever it was at the time. Mm-hmm. And then that healer would report and you'd get banned for trying to help. That was the fear. I can't help anybody anymore. Blah, 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 blah. And then there became this divide that more sensitive players, let me put this nicely, more sensitive players may abuse the terms of service toward a mentality of player that seems more aggressive, or more goal-oriented. I don't know if that ever really happened, but I can sure tell you that the opposite happened. That somebody who I think a segment of the gaming population may say, oh, this would be the toxic person, right? Asmongold would be the toxic one. Had to resort to using the TOS and report to a GM to potentially get, good-natured Final Fantasy XIV players off his back so he could enjoy the content. So to me, it's a boomerang in a sense of at least the fear that the terms of service can be used to censor people or censor a way of thought. That's not the way terms of service should be used. It should be stopping people from killing the mobs that I'm trying to kill to get to the next piece of content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, what makes me mad is when I get bots that are killing all the mobs for my quests. Nothing ever happens to them. But the GMs did not fuck around that day, at least.
They did not.
And what did we say weeks ago? We're like, treat all these incoming new players like any other new player.
Right.
Help them out, report them if they're bad, and I failed to say report people who are harassing them. But, that's what needed to be done. And I only watched snippets, but I did watch his first thoughts or whatever video. I don't know how long it was. And that's one of the things he mentioned was he was really glad that the GMs took care of that so he could actually play the game like a normal person. He was trying to play like a normal person. I know you're going to get some form of people crowding him because he's, a famous streamer. Mm-hmm. That's going to happen. But, these people were like, putting giant mounts in front of NPCs and killing his stuff and getting in the way of his camera and stuff. And that's not cool. And I'm glad the GMs did something about it. I kind of wish they'd take some of the other reports just as seriously, but that's a different topic.
Well, I agree with you as well on that front. During whatever this bubble is, this epiphany, because this is a bubble. Let's be real honest here. Asmongold is not switching to Final Fantasy XIV and going to be the top creator of Final Fantasy XIV content. He's not taking some throne from other content creators or anything. He's just doing it because he's mad at Blizzard. He's just WoW sucks for him at the moment, and I think he knows on some. I don't want to say 4D chess, but I think he knows what he's doing on some level of trying to get Blizzard stirred up and paying attention to the fans. And he's doing it, I think, from a good place. Like, your fans have been asking you for certain things, and you're not providing those. So you've got – it's just a gross little echo chamber that I think has leaked out here because they revile his character so much. And I'm saying character because I'm thinking that his name is Zach. Asmongold's real name is Zach, right? I'm thinking Asmongold is this – longtime WoW player that has this shtick of being like, I grab my nuts, let's go bitches, that kind of shit. And then, acts a fool or whatever that, probably over time has kind of tempered a little bit and, matured to some extent. So I don't know about this guy, so to speak. All I know is I'm watching a stream. Because everybody's hyping it up, whether you get negative publicity or positive stuff. I'm watching this guy stream, and I'm seeing a guy that's just thoroughly enjoying Final Fantasy XIV, and it makes me go, wow, there was a time when I was actually enjoying this content in the same manner he was enjoying it. I mean, you got to watch him do Odin. Like, it's like he cleared Odin the way we cleared Odin. Maybe not at a fan festival, but like the screen went black and we went, fuck. And then the pop-up comes up that's got the clear message. And you're like, holy shit, we did it. So I got that thrill back again. But I just, it bothers me on some level, but that there is a mentality that wants to keep people away, like a certain person away because of their affiliation with another community. I know there are varying reasons why people dislike Asmongold, and I can't speak validly to other people's emotions or concerns or whatever, but I can say that if you were just to tune in from when he started Final Fantasy XIV, and as he goes through the journey outside of any external commentary or other videos, the guy is not rude. He is not harassing anybody. He's helpful. He treats the fights with dignity and the respect that they had at the time that they were done. He treats other players with respect. He doesn't just kick people. He's not making fun of anybody. He doesn't seem to care for Lalafell too much, but I feel like there's a segment of the 14 population that feels that way anyway. Glad to see him continuing. My last thing I saw him play was Ultima, and I thoroughly enjoyed him doing Ultima, the Minstrel's Ballad. Ultima.
Yeah, the EX, right? I heard something about somebody actually got to use Limit Break 3, and it actually showed that those are worth using or something. I can't remember.
He's had plenty of moments. I think there was also one I watched. I can't remember if it was Ifrit or if it was Garuda, and there was this guy named. Well, the guy's name was Anubis, and he kept calling him Anubis because that's his thing. It's Lisa Lominsa and. Thalacred. He was calling this guy Anubis, but Anubis popped the LB3 when all hope was lost and rezzed everybody, and they finished the fight. So, way to go, Anubis. But a couple more things in the Asmongold front, because this is some stuff that happened today. I was watching a video of his today, and he started streaming on July 3rd. And
it hasn't even been that long.
Not even that.
And it's also been forever,
It feels like it's been forever, but it's been after we recorded our last podcast. We didn't, we knew Asmongold was coming to town, but the Saturday after we recorded was the first time, and I sat down and I was like, oh, let's see what this motherfucker does. And I stayed watching it for the last week and a half. But on the 3rd, there is a great spike in interest on Twitch for Final Fantasy XIV Online. In fact, it surpasses WoW for the first time. I guess I'm looking at a short timeline, but it's surpassing WoW on the 3rd and continues to climb upward as days have gone on. There's something happening. It's hard to explain what it is. There are experts out there that can explain why 14 is having the kind of pull it is. I've read recently, in fact today, a tweet by Grums, Grummz, and he is Grums is what is Grums? He made Blizzard games at one time. He still makes games. He was the team lead of the original WoW. Everybody knows Grums except Ruby, but now I do. Grums has some interesting takes on this leak that happened. Again, I'm not a WoW guy, so I'm not going to talk about the leak. Go to a WoW podcast if you want to hear about the leaks. But what he does say near the end is, what we're seeing is that 14 was just in the right place and is doing the right things, that when the king is fucking up and doesn't know it, and suddenly the king is off the throne and somebody else is on the throne, and they're like, what? Because the king thinks it can do no wrong, and now it's trying to catch up. But 14 has been doing the right thing the whole time.
Slowly and quietly.
Yeah. Slowly and quietly. The rest is history, Grum says. The king is dethroned, an expression of shock on his face. Sometimes you don't need the best product. You just need to be good enough to take advantage of a company that has rested too long on their brand and monopoly to actually change, innovate, and improve. This won't stop. WoW gamers are leaving for good. But if the monopoly can wake up and pull an expansion out as a turnaround, as drastic as Square did with A Realm Reborn, it can flip around again. It can flip it around again. The problem is, Blizzard, you chased all your innovators away. Oh, well. No, this is coming from a lead designer. Wow.
Yeah,
interesting. True. He has one final tweet, and this Asmongold echoed this, and this will be the last to say about this, about Asmongold in this episode. But Grums ends with, I leave a tip for Final Fantasy. Follow this tip and you will have 10 times your sales and user base. Take it from the WoW guy. Fix your account website. Take 6 devs and do an emergency rewrite. Thank me later. It took me 3 hours to buy your game and figure out account issues. I'm not alone. Asmongold said the same. It took him 2 hours to buy Final Fantasy XIV and make sure he had the right subscription. He bought the wrong version at one point.
Yes.
It's funny, but it's not funny that this company's losing money because they're going, well, fuck it. I'm not playing this dumbass game if you can't even get into it. It's not even the Realm Reborn part. All these people in the community going, wow, Realm Reborn is such a slog. No, it's not. I watched Asmongold play the entire Realm Reborn. It's not bad. You've played it several times through Yelta. It's not that bad. I have
played it many, many times, and they've actually cut some of the fat and gave us teleports to Vesper Bay,
and which flying is, and all kinds of shit.
Flying, yeah. So, A Realm Reborn is, yes, it's not every piece is the most engaging. And when you compare it to, Shadowbringers now, but it's setting up everything. I mean, if you jump potted to 70, you're not going to know what the fuck is going on, and you're going to stand in all the bags.
Well, if you jump pot to an 80 samurai and you stand in the middle of 4 circles and fire, and then you blame the healers for it, you could be that guy if you want to be.
You could be that guy and then complain about the game.
Yeah.
But no, I want to echo, I think it was in the Asmongold video I was watching when he was kind of recapping stuff, that he loves WoW, and he's very, very upset that the WoW devs are shitting all over his favorite game. Mm-hmm. And I've played WoW. I enjoyed it for what it was. I probably, I went back when they did WoW Classic and everything, and I had rated it at one point and everything, but both games being strong, or even maybe a third or a fourth contender, both games being very strong and very popular. Honestly, the best thing for 14 would probably be if another game comes along and innovates, or if WoW comes along and has a real smash hit, because that causes competition. 2 good games. Honestly, we shouldn't be feeling that great that people are coming to 14 because WoW sucks right now.
Yeah. Not because they're coming from WoW because they're toxic, but because they're coming from a game that should be good. It should be engaging interest. Yoshida set 14 up that if Yelta and I wanted to go play WoW for a little bit, we probably got time to go in there and catch up on 9.1 content if we wanted to do that. But we're just not doing that. But the fact that they're leaving their new patch to come over here, it's not that we don't want a bunch of toxic people. It's like, wow, what's wrong with your game? You know, like why do you feel bad? And they're talking about it. You can go to, my God, almost every WoW streamer right now or WoW content creator, and they will tell you why they are not happy. So, yeah, there's something happening, but I'm happy. I'm happy for the influx of people. I'm happy that there's a new eyes on the game. I'm happy we're getting a multi-million-dollar investment for the Oceanic server, which I hope trickles out and we get more servers for NA and or at least expansion of servers, something. Because if Asmongold showed us anything on day one, it's that we got to have more space or more instancing or more something. He couldn't get in and out of Limsa.
Well, you can't even buy was it yesterday, the day before? You couldn't even buy the game.
Oh, yes, you could not buy the game.
Yeah, you could not buy the game.
Visually.
They were completely out of keys.
It is.
That says something. And, different servers are having huge login queues. And you can't just open the gates on servers. So if this is going to stay, we're going to need new servers, or they're going to need to upgrade servers so you can put more people on them. You can't put infinite people on a finite space. So people are going to have to open up the servers. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. You can only fit so many marbles in a jar.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all I've got for the Asmongold talk. I don't think it'll be the last time people are talking about it. There's a lot more content to do. And he also said he's going to do endgame raiding. So
he sounded like he wanted to do even ultimate.
I think that's the ultimate goal.
He wants to do EXs and Savage and ultimate. And yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see him in BA someday.
That would be kind of cool.
Who knows?
I think we're in the wrong data center, though.
I think so, too. We have to be on A for that.
I have to go. I don't know if I have a character over there. Oh, I did. I did.
Oh, you would have got it banned. You'd have been following him around in Limsa. And Lisa Lamasa.
I'm such a fangirl. I was a kitty girl, and I wanted to get pet.
Now here the kit girls are hot. All right.
I heard he hated them, and now he's over that.
Ishtola is tickled his fancy, as she has done us all.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot how bad Alphino's voice was in 2.0.
Every time I play a character through, you do go through a period where you're like, what are these voices? Uh-huh. I'm sure the voice actors did a fine job, but it's just compared to now, it's just not the same.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're in a really good place voice acting wise now. So, lots of good things ahead for Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, what'd you do, Yelta?
I didn't play a super ton. I feel like I played, I don't know. I do remember doing an E9S. I never did E9S, and went in with a group of people. A couple of them had cleared. A couple of them had been in there last week, or the previous week, and tried. I went in, and we went for 2 hours with really good call-outs, and then someone's like, I got 2 more pulls in me, and I got to go to work or go to bed or whatever. So the first pull was just tragic. And the second pull, we cleared it.
Nice.
And I felt pretty good. I know it's an older fight already now. It's E9S. But, I have current best in slot accessory now. It feels good. It feels good to get my toe back into the raiding scene. I've whined to Ruby a lot. I stopped raiding pretty much, and I keep being like, why would I even log in and cap tomes? Because I don't need the gear, because I'm not raiding, because it doesn't take anything to, whatever. But it felt good to go in there. I actually feel really bad. So, 3 or 4 things drop at the end. I can't remember now. And I started needing on them, because usually in our free company, especially since we had a pug, right? It wasn't a static. It wasn't a set. So usually you just need everything. Well, I needed the first 2, and I got the first 2, or I got the first drop immediately. So I'm trying to quick pass on the other drops. I got 2 drops, and I feel bad, but I did manage to pass the third one or whatever, so someone else could get it. I was not trying to hog the loot, y'all. I don't need it that bad. But no, it felt really nice to get in and do a raid. She wasn't any harder, I don't think, than most of the EX fights that I've done lately. So, which is about my level of skill. I'm not super hardcore endgame.
I've seen you clear some high-end Savage content, Yelta. So.
I have. But yeah. In fact, I'm really hoping to get back into raiding in what are we at, 6.0 this fall? I'm really hoping to get back in there. My confidence got totally shook the last couple raiding tiers, or we didn't have a full set or whatever. But no, I think I went into. I don't remember if I went into Eureka. Bell's been dragging me into Eureka a couple times in the last month or so, just to. He wants all the things, There's mounts, minions. I think there's cards.
Oh, I need to do bunnies with you guys then.
Yeah. Oh, I broke down and bought 2 of those bunny mounts because I had gone back to Eureka. I had a link shell. I must have gotten kicked out from inactivity, which was perfectly valid, and I'm not even salty. But I was in a link shell that went into Eureka like regularly. Pyros, Hydatos, whatever, and they did a lot of farming. They're looking for Cassie earrings, and a lot of them were like farming and selling because that stuff still sells really big.
Yeah.
I bought 2 mounts. I bought the petrol and I don't remember the one for Pyros. It doesn't matter.
I answer your question. According to Wikipedia,
Alexa's trying to help me. Alexa, I'm not talking to you.
Sorry, I didn't find a device named TV.
I don't know about that bitch. Anyway, yeah, I've bought stuff in there, mounts from in there. I had a lot of the other stuff. I had a lot of the other drops because I did, I think 2 full weapons all the way through. I can't remember now. I think I did the White Mage and the Black Mage all the way through Eureka. I've always wussed out about BA, and BA has gotten a lot of interest in the free company lately. So I'm hoping. I know you were talking about it. I've been talking about it. Yeah, I think actually I received was it the Vermilion cloak? What's the body piece? Vermilion. Yeah. Yeah, I received one of those in the mail the other day.
Oh.
Apparently, I am being
You're being
dragged
groomed.
in there. No, being groomed. Yeah, so I put that on my Lalafell. Well, it makes me so happy too. I wish there was. What's the one?
Another Lalafell being groomed in our free company. Come on.
Oh my
What
God.
the hell?
No. I'm married, so he leaves me alone. But no, it's and you're right. It really kind of, whenever I've gone in there, it's its own little subculture, and I've actually really enjoyed because I really think the people who are in there want to be in there. When I was in there, Bleeding Edge, the first, and I've complained about Eureka a bit, but I was in there, and a lot of the people in there didn't really want to be in there, but they wanted the prizes. But, the people who are in there, I think, want to be there and either will help you and are really knowledgeable or whatever. But, I really want to do a BA. I was so scared to do BA because it sounded like you could fuck it up for everybody else. That kind of stuff scares me. In fact, I was scared initially to go in Bosnia Southern Front. I was scared to do Castrum initially. And now I'm like, in fact, I'll go into Castrum now and I will tell the groups what to do. I'll be like, I will invite people to my solo party. I'll invite them in and I'll be like, telling them what path we're going to take and where we're going to go and make sure you bring death or assassin. I'm comfortable now. So I think if I watched a video or read up on it a little bit and some preparing, I probably have no trouble doing BA, but I want that mount so bad. And I really want conditional virtue too. Mm-hmm. I want the mount and the minion. Yeah. And I don't know if there's are there any triple triad cards in there? Or
well, there are, but they're all bunny chest, and they made it so that when you unlock that tier, there's an NPC that plays those cards. So I've actually gotten all of the Eureka cards. If I wanted to, I could have unlocked Hydatos, gotten all the triple triad cards, and said, fuck Eureka, I don't want to do anymore. But I'm like, why would you unlock Hydatos and not complete it? Though I completed it.
And I liked Hydatos. I actually thought Bosnia, I understand it's a shelled out, bombed out place and whatever, and it's not that interesting looking, but there's just not that many interesting set pieces. And I really thought that even Pyros was more interesting looking. I don't know. It was kind of ass. I know it was snow and ass to walk a couple places and whatever, but, Hydatos was pretty, and it was, I don't know. And they made adjustments for, when you can ride, or when you can teleport and when you can ride mounts, I think, and stuff. So it's much more accessible now. But Eventually, I'll probably go through and do a couple more weapons because glamour is the true end game, and there's a couple nice glamour pieces in there, for different jobs or whatever. Let me think. And other than that, I just general messing about. I think I logged in and I want to be alone, so I went and played a brand new alt that I'd rolled a couple weeks ago or something, or a month ago. So occasionally I go in. I like low level grinding. I like going through. I might skip the cutscenes, but I like to have YouTube up on the other screen and just do easy stuff. So I never play my alts super hardcore, but I do like to level them. And then I play lots of Dead by Daylight because I'm addicted. And my Minecraft server is doing well. And even Belle Dandy even came and played on my Minecraft server and built a little house and shows up once in a while. So we've been playing Minecraft quite a bit. If anyone wants to play Minecraft, send me a message and come play with me.
My 3-year-old knew what a creeper was the other day, I guess from some YouTube video. So you may have a new Minecraft player.
If he can come and blow up all our stuff, it's fine.
Okay.
What's really funny is my sister and I are very particular. And usually on spawn, we build this town. And it's very exact. We have a style and a theme and whatever, and this is what we want our town to be. And we don't like people fucking with our town on spawn. This time we decided, fuck it. Spawn is no man's land. Mm-hmm. If you want a special build, go out a ways, and then, I don't have a claiming plugin or anything, but go a ways out, and, work on your own project. Belle Dandy was the first to log in and build anything. He built a little house on spawn and a little farm and put some cows in a pen and whatever. And we initially were like, wow, build right on spawn. He's like, I logged in and it was nighttime and I went into survival mode. Everything is there for everyone's use. And I don't think he'd care if we tore it all down. But yeah, no, it's fun because my mom plays on there. Sometimes my kids play on there. My husband plays on there. My sister, my nephew play on there.
Neat.
It's just fun. And we have creepers blowing up your stuff turned off. It can hurt you, but we like building pretty, so we just nerfed that. It's just cool. Just don't blow up my stuff and we only play on normal difficulty and whatever. Occasionally I'll spin another level up where you can go through a portal to another world and it'll be hard mode or whatever, but no, I love games. And that's one nice thing about Final Fantasy XIV, to bring this all back to 14, is 14 does allow me to, I guess, quote, drop the ball on 14 and play other things. I don't have to keep up, especially after this long. Right now there's nothing to keep up with.
Right.
All right, you can shoot the shit with us. Come to the website, www.gtffxiv.com. Leave us a message, kind of outweigh those spam bots. That'd be great. The first round is news. Of course, the big news is the 7th 14-hour broadcast.
Yes.
Can you believe it's the 7th?
It's crazy to me.
My brain. I'm like, what? So did you log in right or show up right away and start watching? Yeah. We
were Senna and I, my wife, we had it on the TV. We stayed up to watch everything. So yeah, we were good to go. We had it on right from the get-go, and we stayed through the first. I mean, obviously we were there for the live letter and everything that went on with that. Yoko Taro. Great. And then I think we just ended on randomly or whatever, because I do recall the Blue Mage stuff. Oh, I guess the Blue Mage was before, so we headed up we saw some of the Blue Mage stuff. So yeah, we had it up intermittently. I think we were watching it intermittently. We had it up the whole time, but we were walking in and out of the room.
Yeah, no. First of all, I just want to mention that schedule graphic sucked. It misled multiple people as into when the live letter was actually starting. I know that it said 7:30 p.m. PDT. I knew when that was, but if you look at that graphic, it kind of it is 7:30, but it looks stupid. There were people who thought it started at 8 because that's where the little arrow is.
Oh,
so I know people who missed the beginning, so that sucked. But honestly, I watched the introduction, I watched the live letter until Yokotar showed up, and then honestly, everybody in Discord were like, whatever, and they left.
Yeah.
However, in the letter from the producer live, there was some good stuff. I don't know about you, but I felt silly. A lot of us were shocked that the benchmark dropped, and I guess we shouldn't have been that surprised. But because it seems like time, but a lot of us were like, yes. And the very first question, everybody was like, "Can you be Malviera?" And I had I think it's the Reddit's Discord, and they were doing live translation. And one of the first things apparently asked and answered was, yes, you can make a Malviera, which they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I, like you, I'm watching, and then I start seeing the cinematic, and I'm like, why are we getting another trailer? What do we need another? Oh, my God, it's the benchmark. It's the bench. How did this sneak up on me that the benchmark wasn't now? It should be now. So I want to watch it. You want to watch it?
Oh, yeah, I've got it queued up, man. I'm ready.
Okay, well.
It is 6 minutes and 21 seconds.
Okay.
Of goodness.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it since it came out, so I did download the benchmark. I just haven't run it yet. Honestly, I think I'm afraid to see what my score is going to be because I think my PC's ailing.
I will say this: they something was changed. I saw Chili talk about this from Moogle Go Round. He said that something has changed slightly because I went from like extremely high to very high or something. I dropped a grade.
No, Yoshi P, and that was in a translation. It is harder to have a good score now.
Yep.
They actually upped it, yes.
So, don't feel bad, but it may be that time to start looking at an upgrade for 6.0. But anyway, I am ready. Let's do a little countdown. Ready. So we're going to watch it together, and you are welcome to watch it with us. We'll have some sound for you here. If you were not familiar, we watch these trailers together. So 3, 2, 1. It may not be appropriate for children.
Cover your eyes. Your son's out of the room, right?
He is. Yeah. No, okay. Well, he likes Jason Voorhees, so it's okay. This is mild compared to Friday the 13th. Okay, immediately.
It's
the music.
And exciting music, yeah.
Final Fantasy IV music.
Okay.
Tower of Zot.
We have a big fight going on between Garlean forces, I assume,
and these twisted
bad
creatures.
Things. Yeah. These are models I've never seen before.
Yeah, but they almost look like crosses between some primal models mixed together. There's some very strange... Yeah.
When a couple of them look like Eureka with different skins.
For sure.
Or Gabus with different skins. Very paladin-centric, but that's the, not surprising. He is the...
Yeah, Warrior of Light out here, kicking ass, taking names. I see some gremlins in the field. This is really the part that I was like, holy shit, like it hooked me, is to see the Warrior of Light with the army of Garlemald behind it. We fight with Garlemald. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that seems surprising to me, but it does.
Well, I announced at the time, I'm like, there are factions, right? Not everyone in Garlemald is... And honestly, Xenos keeps murdering everyone, so...
Very true.
They have a beautiful ship.
Limsa, sight for me sore eyes. Oh, wait!
Oh,
this
no.
Is old
no, it's that,
Charlayan.
It's that fountain.
Yeah, the eternal fountain. This part was so cute.
Alphinaud found a book.
The music. Oh my gosh. This theme, I cannot wait.
It's nice and chill. I like it.
That strumming of the guitar. Alphinaud very pensive, thinking of the future. Writing his memoirs. Very busy.
We see some outfits that we've seen before.
I love this stirring, this little grindy pot thingy going. Oh, the look.
He's like, hi, Warrior of Light. I'll put down this giant-ass book.
Mm-hmm. Ah, now good stuff.
And then it gets exciting.
It looks like a battle on the streets of Garlemald. Ability after ability. We said that. Yeah, there's the sound. Oh my god! And the AFs. It just
right. The AFs.
We'll talk about
the,
those soon. Oh my god! Dark Knight looking great.
Stinian's bringing it.
Oh my god, that's so good. See, I get almost like an Ifrit vibe off of some of these characters, but they're not Ifrit. It's just some twisted models.
Red Mage and Machinist doing
like a chain spell, and then
somebody mentioned he has like a really cool gun. I didn't notice, and I like the Black Mages exploding things.
Yeah, another exploding magic.
And we have the city-state leaders are here too.
Oh, this is awesome right here. This Omega type weapon.
Oh my god, yes.
The laser sounds, beautiful.
Laser beams.
Speaking of lasers.
Alphino has his new job.
Da-da-da.
And he heals everybody good.
I like it. Uh-oh, put that shield up, baby.
Ooh, we got pally wings.
Mm-hmm. And then this tripped me out coming up right here, too. We got the Scholar. What spell is that? I mean, is that our is that the normal White Mage spell or the
I don't think
shield?
it looks like that to me. It doesn't look like Divine Benison to me, but I don't always play with best.
It looked more protecty to me, but we'll have to see. But it also looked watery, so I don't know. New scene, beautiful.
New scene. Yeah, these are the new zones.
Who's picking berries? What is that?
New mobs, always exciting. New zones, new trees.
Beautiful, very saturated in color.
That new beast tribe is very weird. They look like crazy elephants, but I'm
in the lore they hate Aura. They seriously hate the Aura, so I want to see if there's any weirdness between Matanga and Aura. Maybe the factions aren't hateful. I love all these flying mounts. Reacher.
Dragons. Somebody was postulating that one of those towers might be our first dungeon in Endwalker.
I can see that.
I don't know about first, but I definitely could see that being a dungeon.
I mean, we got to explore it. It's
right. We've seen inside one a little bit, but this definitely looks like it's in there. That looks like a boss from Deborah Keep, the first one.
I've seen this guy in Eureka.
Twisted, awful things, yeah.
These moon things look nasty. Oh, my boy, Xenos. And I've heard some speculation that his move coming up here is the LB3 for Reaper. Some beautiful moves. Uh-oh, square.
We have a square shield, right?
That's hot.
I don't usually play a shield healer, but
I'll look at Sage. I will look at Sage. I like to keep my healers leveled up.
Oh, me too. Healing's my jam.
Yeah.
And then fade to white.
Wow. Man, it was going too fast. One thing I missed pointing out, and it's been big, at least from in the circles I follow, is the summoner stuff. Two things. One, Ifrit Eggy was all over the place, so goodbye to the dream of no Eggies.
Getting rid of Eggies, yeah.
But part of the Eggy problem was there's a lag, and especially when you tie in Ifrit having to float his ass over to the mob before you start a fight. And people have been saying, where's the Ifrit gap closer? Well, we saw something where the summoner used a gap closer. So there's speculation that maybe the summoner will be using the Eggy/primal skills themselves instead of summoning the Eggy to do it, or some different type of synergy. So that's going to be interesting to see. Just a little side bit for the summoner fans out there that part of those reworks are seen in the benchmark. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, they do really good trailers and they do really good benchmarks. So I don't know what else to say other than hype, I guess. I love the fact they show a bunch of different AF. The White Mage AF is so pretty. It's not going to look good on my potato probably, but...
And some of them... Well, we'll look at the AFs here shortly.
Okay, we'll look at we're going to scroll down in a sec.
But some of them have other Final Fantasy looks or other character looks. I think I heard people talking about Scholar looking very much like some Emmett Selk type wardrobe. So anyway, I'll save it for that section.
All right. Well, reading from Nova Corsalis, the Endwalker announcement recap. Endwalker will feature the conclusion of the Hydaelyn and Zodiac saga. We know that the MSQ will be more scenes than previous expansions and more voiced scenes. Old Charlene will function similar to the Crystarium, Kugane, and Ishgard. Razat Han will be similar to Yulmore, Ralgor's Reach, and Idleshire. They are nothing if not consistent. Sage and Reaper will be added as new jobs. Alphino and Xenos will take on those respectively. You'll be able to use Explorer mode to revisit Endwalker dungeons later on, presumably after the expansion patch. Pandemonium is the new 8-man raid and will be released 2 weeks after the launch. Savage mode difficulty will come 4 weeks after launch. I know someone was like RP raiders, but it's like, oh my god, I like the fact that I won't feel rushed. I can level up a couple jobs, gear them out, do the story, and not have to worry about the raid. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm in a similar boat, but I'm not an endgame raider. If you are an ultimate raider, you've been salty for a minute, and you've still got months and months and months and months to go of salt. So it's just like they're dangling a carrot. But God knows if you're an ultimate raider, that savage is gobbled up in a week. And now you're just farming. Mm-hmm. So you're probably going to do about 8 weeks of that, maybe tops. And then you're done for another 2 months until you finally get 6.1. So it's not a good time to be a high-level raider. If you are just a savage-level raider, it kind of sucks. But at least you'll get some experience beforehand, and you'll get to enjoy the story and hopefully whatever else that we get then.
I was a little surprised they didn't just do the normal mode at launch and then the Savage 2 weeks later. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what they had done previously?
That's what they've done before.
Yeah, so I was a little surprised at how far they pushed it out.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's some bugs they still need to work out. Maybe they didn't feel confident. I don't know.
Well, they're doing... Well, the stat... I don't know if the stat crunch... I don't know. They don't want to stress us out, and that's really what I think it is. Myths of the Realm is going to be the new 24-man, and that's going to be in patch 6.1. They're going to do... This sounded convoluted, but it sounded interesting. They're going to do a lottery system for housing. Requirements will be added to participate. You must deposit the gil, can't use a free trial account, etc. More information will be available later. It sounded like there's going to be different wards with different rules, or it sounded like it should be more fair, and no one should be standing there clicking, which is all we asked, right? No one should be just standing there clicking the post for 20 hours, which I've done.
Yeah. I mean, just one thought about that is it's not the best solution, but it's better than what we've got.
Yeah, it's got to be better than what we have, right? I don't know. I helped buy a free company house for a whole nother free company on my alt, and it was months, like 2 months of waiting for a couple houses to come up and us taking shifts and clicking the sign. It was bullshit. We had to distribute, and I'm hoping that, maybe a free company would only have, one ticket in the bowl, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, something else I had read before said something about, free companies and would, I should go find that other translation, but it sounded like there was going to be more differentiation. Personal housing was going to be different than free company housing, and I don't know, different wards are going to be different things.
Right.
So let's look forward to it, but hopefully we won't have to stand there clicking forever again. Data center travel between data centers will be available in the same region, Japan, North America, Europe, and Oceania at first. And it sounded like there was going to be some limitations and some other stuff, and it didn't sound like they have it quite done yet. So I don't know what that's going to be, but it'll be interesting. It'll be nice to visit people wherever.
Sure.
Regarding the game's battle systems, values will be downscaled to prevent variety of issues, though Yoshida asks that you do not think of your warrior light as getting weaker. It sounds like we're getting downscaled, but so is everything else.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
The numbers were getting exponentially huge, and they had to do a crunch. I'm not going to worry about it. If it turns out that doing content unsynced or whatever, and it sounds like you're going to get a buff if you do it unsynced because it was downscaling you too hard, it's going to be okay. And if it's not okay, they're really pretty much on top. They're not going to fuck us out of doing old content. They don't care. No one cares.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
no,
if
we'll
you
get an echo to compensate, or they'll adjust it to compensate, or something else. They're responsive to stuff like that. They're responsive.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be like, suck it up, crybaby. I mean, they don't care if we're going to farm Ifrit EX unsynced. No one cares. Belts are no longer equipable in Endwalker and will no longer drop. Belts in your inventory will remain there. You can speak with the Calamity Salvager to access currently equipped belts in your inventory chest, and any belts on your retainers have equipped. Belts can be sold to vendors, desynthesized. Any affixed materia can be removed with the extraction. The spirit mind extraction will no longer work.
Really?
I'm a little weirded out. Well, I'm a little weirded out by the whole belt removal thing, but it's like, belts have always been kind of funny. You know what I mean? They've been kind of treated like accessories, but on the left side, and they don't show up.
They should have always been treated like an accessory. What really weirded me out is they showed some UI, and the shit isn't balanced on one side or the other. Like, they still have the left side shifted upward so that the main hand was above the off hand on the right side. So it just made everything look slanted. You feel
strange,
me? You know? So, like...
yes.
It's like you would think they would even them out where the offhand and the main hand are on the same level, and then you've got 5 slots underneath each side. But it was just the left side was still shifted up.
Line them up, guys.
Yeah, it was just
Line 'em
very
up.
odd to me.
All right, belt slots are going to be reallocated to weapon and ring slots. So they're going to go from 35 to 50.
That's great.
Thank God, because rings you have 2. And weapons, I don't know about you, but it makes me crazy when I can't carry an extra weapon or 2 around because I have to equip something else on Dragoon if I'm going to turn in my Dragoon
That's the thing.
relic. It's like, oh.
That's the thing.
Somebody...
Go ahead.
Yeah. Somebody who was watching the letter with us that day actually was saying, let's take those leftover slots, or let's take the main hand chest and make it into 2. One is Disciple of War and Magic, and the other is Hand and Land.
Oh, that'd be good.
I would dig that. I would dig that so much.
That'd be good. I like that suggestion. I'm appreciative of them adding the extra slots. I think this is something we've needed for a while. I think one of the biggest, crappiest things in the game is the relic system. When you have to go to an NPC and you have to have an extra weapon on you, or you can't turn in the fucking relic you have equipped, because it has to be in your inventory. And I read a forum post. I look at the forums every day. I read a forum post where somebody today was saying, I cannot turn in my relic, and it had to do with it wasn't in your inventory, it was equipped. And just, it's a bad system all the way around. So they need to do something. I know you can't take the weapon off of your main hand and go with it like that, but they need to do something for that.
All right, then they did the classic zoom into my paper printout. People in the chat with me were complaining about them. Why do they do this? Why don't they do the slides? And I'm like, guys, for me, it's like nostalgic, right? I'm like, for me, Yoshi P holds up the print. I know it's not the best ever or whatever, but I don't know. Anyway, we did get the job gear for different jobs, and some of them are ooh. Mm-hmm. The warriors are very ooh. People love the warrior mess. There's a lot of, you'll notice a lot of them don't have hats. A lot of them have like shit over their eyes or crowns.
Yeah. So, let's just go start left to right. I don't mind going through each of these. I will say, I think I've gone through this once before, and Dark Knight, for whatever reason, is not pictures on this site. Dark Knight looks badass. He's kind of got this, like, red sash thing going, and it just, like, it looks elegant. It looks Ashgardian to me. It's shiny. It's a... Can we rank these? You want to rank them? I'm going to give Dark Knight an S tier. It's
okay.
Dark Knight, but that's going from my memory. So anyway,
because this first one's actually Gunblade, right?
This is Gunbreaker. This one is not S tier. This one I have heard called Captain Crunch. I have heard this one called the Admiral. And then the whole eye patch with the male Vieira thing. I'm just like, are you avoiding doing the headgear?
It's worrying.
This is this might be a C. A C.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing. Right? Yeah.
I feel like I can get a red one of these at the Maelstrom.
The Paladin looks badass, although it should, right? The shield is very cool. I love the wing and the shield. Very still very classic Paladin-y. And Paladin always had a crown, so I guess I ain't even mad. It's very, very, very gold and silver and Paladin looking. It's excellent. Yeah,
I think this is really good. I like the colors, the spurs. Of course, we knew the spurs were coming from the trailer video. I think this one looks great. I give this one an A. I think this one's good.
I'll agree with an A. A is good here. Yeah, a lot of detail. Looks like a lot of detail.
Yes,
it's very cool. Warrior, I think is pretty much an A too. It's classic warrior. The helm is awesome. The axe is amazing. But it keeps very warrior color palette, very fur and red and
sure.
And yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. It's classic. It's beautiful. I like the red trim on it. I like the axe has this kind of, I don't know if these are tribal patterns, but they seem sort of, I don't know, a little more futuristic than that. It's interesting. It looks primal, like the guts of a creature, like the sinews of something. But it's interesting. It's very, very wild. So yeah, I agree. A on that one. Monk
is okay, and I don't know what the fuck's going on with his eye.
Phantom of the Opera shit is happening with his eye. Yeah, everything else I think is great. It's got a Final Fantasy. Between these, I actually got between a Final Fantasy VI and a Final Fantasy IV look on some of these things. I'd have to go back and see if this is, because it's almost got a belt kind of like Go-Go, but it's almost got, like, I wonder if there's another Final Fantasy character that has this, like this Yang look this way from 4. I don't know where the influences are, but I like the body. I like everything on it. I just don't like the headpiece.
There's something wrong with his feet, I'm just going to say.
Look
closely at his feet. To me,
they've swapped. It's like the feet are swapped.
On the wrong feet or something.
Yeah, his ankle looks odd on the left foot. His left.
It looks weird.
Or right. Yeah.
That's more
Sorry,
God damn it. Go to bed, Alexa. That's more of a, I wonder if it's not quite done yet. I'm not so much worried about the glamour as the picture looks wrong.
B. It's a B.
Dragoon looks amazing.
Oh my god!
People are like, it's a little less spiky, and I'm like, yeah, but it's cool. People are like, it's not so much to kill dragons as to ride them around and stab other things.
I love this weapon. This weapon is fucking gorgeous. The spikes on it, and just the 3 holes in the top, and just the way that it looks symmetrical. I'm big on some symmetry, and again, this reminds me a little bit of the Dark Knight gear that's not shown, but this one has less like silver inlay, and of course it doesn't have the little red sash on it, but it looks sleek. This almost gives me like an alien vibe or something, like a xenomorph kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan.
The weapon looks a little organic, I guess.
That's what I'm going with. Yeah, it looks like a living alien kind of thing. This is an S tier to me. I'm big into this dark look. At least this tier.
Yeah, no, that's good.
All right, and then we take a different turn with the ninja. It's purple. You gotta like that,
It's
right?
purple. I kind of like the purple pants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not digging it. I don't know what. Maybe it's just not a very good. I don't know. It looks weird to me.
Yeah, I need to
also-
look up Edge from Final Fantasy IV and see if there's any kind of similarities with some of the gear here, because I'm wondering where the influences for some of these things come from, and I'm not sure that I'm seeing it. There is some purple. There's some purple gear, but he almost looks like he's got the same pants as the monk was wearing earlier. So maybe Edge is part of the influence on this one. I can see that with the purple. But I'm just like, it doesn't come off cool to me. Edge's outfit from Final Fantasy IV is cool. This one kind of looks like a bad Foot Clan soldier from
Well, and he forgot
Ninja
to take.
Turtles.
He forgot to peel off his mask.
Yeah.
I think he feel like that was like a charcoal mask. He didn't take off. Those kind of masks are usually with like a big old kabuto, and it's not. No, I don't know. It just looks weird to me.
Want to be
Not
Shredder.
digging it. Not digging it.
Yeah, that one's a C.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Samurai.
Samurai. It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing completely amazing about it, but nothing really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pretty good. A, maybe A.
Yeah, I can give it an A. I want to know what's up with Depeche Mode here. Standing in the outfit though, like this guy is total emo. Like he's like 80s.
He's cutting himself. I know.
Yeah, he's. I get an 80s vibe from him. Like, yeah. But I love his stance. I love the way the coat. And here's another thing. When I saw this on stream, I screamed at the TV. Auron from Final Fantasy X, like the coat draped over.
Yep,
like
the
that.
coat kind of looks like I like the hakama. The pleated pants look pretty cool. Mm-hmm. The tabby socks, yeah.
Yeah. So
the colors and the arrangement are pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give this one an A. I like this one.
It looks like a bard.
We have a bard. Okay, I have heard mixed opinions on this one. I've heard some people say this is cheap, this is ugly. I think it's gorgeous.
I don't think it's ugly. I feel like they just like, let's take a coat and just throw a bunch of gold shit on it. I don't know. It doesn't seem inspired. I do like the shoe. I know people like the shoes. All the amazing bard hats, and this is what they do to my boy. I just don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I was going to look up Edward from Final Fantasy IV, but this looks nothing like Edward from 4, which I guess I'm appreciative of. Yeah, the hat's a little. I think the hat's probably the weak. The hat's probably the weak point. Yeah, the hat's the weak point of the outfit. I'll have to go with a B on this one. I actually do like the gold.
I like the gold, yeah.
I like the gold part, and I like how flowy the outfit is. Everything sells me, but I think the weapon could be a little stronger, and the hat just needs to... There's something off with the hat.
Something missing. Maybe the bigger feathers might have done it.
Maybe that's what it is, bigger feathers.
I don't know.
Okay, and then we have Terra from Final Fantasy VI. I thought this was funny. I was watching Asmongold watch these, and he goes like, what is this shit? This person looks like a dancer. And everybody in the chat's like, yeah,
because
it's dancer. He's like, oh, well, then it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Well, then fair. Yeah.
It does look like a dancer, but it looks like Terra from Final Fantasy VI is being a dancer. That's my opinion. But it's okay.
It's okay. I know a lot of people in the stream, or a lot of people who were listening when I was listening in Discord, were oohing and ahhing. It doesn't do much for me. And the weapons really look more like monk weapons to me.
Sure. For
better or worse.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's sexy. I don't know if that's why people ooh and ah. I don't know. The shoes look interesting.
Here's a skin-tight sheath plus a butt cape.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. So
yeah. I do want to know if any of the hair going on here is a headpiece or if that's just her hair.
Yeah. You
know what I mean?
Is it an intertwined ribbon kind of situation, or is that the red part in the back a highlight and then she just has a headband or something? I don't know what's happening.
Do like the red and gold, and I do like her shoes.
I love her shoes. I'll give it that.
The shoes are like A rank. And to me, the rest of it's like B rank.
Yeah, I was going to give it a B.
Yeah.
Maybe a B plus because of the shoes. Machinist.
It's a machinist. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. It seems uninspired. Nothing wrong with it. I think the Rook looks better than whatever it is. The robot looks better than the actual outfit on the machinist. I do like the gun. I heard people going Han Solo, Han Solo.
See, to me, it doesn't look so much like a blaster. It looks more like a I don't know. I don't know what it looks like to me. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's not A rank though.
No, it's a B. It's a B for me. White Mage.
White Mage is fucking S rank, and I need it in my life.
This
It's so pretty.
It's funny how the inspirations come from, because I'm sitting here going like, oh, I see some Final Fantasy VI, some Final Fantasy IV inspired stuff. But I mentioned Auron. This gives me Yuna vibes. This is Final Fantasy X vibes for me, especially her stance. Her stance is very Yuna. And that cane reminds me of the one from the kind of question marky crane looking cane that we got in the Zodiac, the Anima Zodiac quest line, or the one from Heavensward. So, I like it. I give it an S too. I think this is a fantastic one, and I think it harkens back to some older Final Fantasy while respecting, the new stuff. I'm actually going to look up Final Fantasy X-2's White Mage outfit. I don't remember what unit. Oh no, that was gross.
Yeah, I don't remember. Some people were saying it reminded them of something, but I can't remember what it was. To me, it's very Final Fantasy XIV, but with some other, some other influences. The weapon is even kind of cool. That looks like a unicorn. Are we going back to the Conjurer unicorn theme? And I like the red flouncy bits are amazing.
Yeah, I love that embroidery at the bottom,
stitching.
Or whatever you call it.
I still don't know what's going on with White Mage sleeves, and then we always have the hood you can't actually.
What does a guy wear? That's what I used to White Mage quite a bit. What will a guy wear on this outfit? I'm
trying to remember. What did you get? We always got those little pantalettes. What did you get?
Well, I would get some skirts and stuff like that, and I don't mind the gowns, but I like things to look more like robes than they look like dresses. It's just not me, guys. So
yeah. This is very dressy. I wonder if they just kind of tone it down a bit.
Maybe so.
You know what I mean? Maybe make the sleeves more attached and tone down the.
Maybe they flatten the ruffles. Yeah.
I wonder if they make it more like a coat.
That'd be badass if it was a red and white coat. Yeah.
Ooh, I might want to wear a red and white coat, actually. Mm-hmm. And I think those are gloves. It looks like this white all the way through there.
Sure.
All the way from the shoulder down to the fingers.
Yeah, I bet the sleeve thing ends at the second red, and then the rest of that becomes gloves.
It's a glove.
Yeah, with a red frill around the wrist. Okay, S. I agree.
S, yeah. It looks like a summoner, by the way. Sorry, a scholar.
We got a scholar.
Someone with a book. It looks good, but it's not. It's. I don't know. It's not amazing to me.
Right. This is the one I heard people say, like, the way the coat drapes kind of reminded them of Emmett Selk in a way. I don't know if you can pull off an Emmett Selk cosplay out of this or what have you, but to me it just seems like standard scholar fare. It just seemed like another level up from the normal scholar stuff. So to me it was pretty. Yeah, it's pretty, but it's to me it's about as good as the Machinist is as good on it. It's 100,000% a Machinist. It just seems like it's standard fare for Machinist. This is 100,000% a scholar. It's just standard fare for scholar. So to me, it's a B.
Nothing super inspired about it. Of course, I feel like we're not seeing a good angle.
I don't think it's a good angle
either.
either.
The chest looks like. It looks like the boots might be kind of interesting. So we could be way underselling this, but it's a C to me. Yeah.
I just give it an old uninspired B, but it's probably on the B- side of it.
B, C, somewhere in there. Astrologian.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, and I know a lot of people are kind of underwhelmed by it, but I think it's cool. I think I like the body piece. I like the constellations. Mm-hmm. Well, it's stars, and it's kind of like linked up like they're constellations. I actually dig that. I like the poofy pants, and I love the weapon. The weapon is cool to me. I'm not sure about the hat. You can't see the shoes.
Yeah.
Gloves are all right. But I like this.
Yeah. I'm with you on most of it, but I would mix my stuff up. I love the gown. I love the same stuff that you love. I love the weapon. I love the gown. I don't love those pants. I'd actually ditch the pants. I'd probably put something different. I love those gloves. I think those gloves look bad. They look punk to me. I love the way those gloves look.
Nice.
And I'm kind of digging the hat if it works in a back long head scarf kind of way. And of course, I think that's what they're going for, is a fortune teller.
Classic fiction.
Right. And I can't see the shoes, but I'm with you. And again, the weapon I think is awesome looking here. So yes, the fortune teller kind of look, and I'm hoping that head has a really long scarf in the back. I see the moon on the top, so I think that's cool.
That behind the arm is either part of the dress or part of the headpiece.
I'm hoping
I
it's
kind of
the
hope it's
head.
part of the headpiece. Yeah, I think I'd dig it more that way.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Cool. I'll give it an A.
I like it. Yep, I'll give it an A overall. Black, this is some of the most uninspired shit I've seen yet.
I was super disappointed in this.
I was seriously considering level. There's going to be a new healer, so I was honestly thinking of taking a DPS through the storyline, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be a new healer and a new DPS. I was thinking of either taking a tank through, which would probably make me unhappy, or taking a DPS through, and I was going to go back to my, 2.0, a Realm Reborn Black Mage roots, but this just doesn't.
No,
maybe the picture's not doing it justice, but this is not good.
I feel like they were trying to go back to 2.0 with this, the AF. But I think 2.0's is better looking than this. And 2.0's is kind of over the top, kind of cartoonish in a sense. But it's the same kind of thing. It's the eye patch coming off of the hat. The weapon looks like the AF weapon or the relic weapon from A Realm Reborn. I just feel like they went for the 2.0, the A Realm Reborn vibe, and then just kind of half-assed it. This is just, to me, it's almost the worst one. Like, I would rather dress like the Admiral than dress in this. I think it may be the worst one.
And I feel like the skirt, it looks like they're going for like tattered,
sure,
right?
Void Arc.
Then they should have taken it all the way. Everything should have been fucking shreds then. That would have been amazing. Think of a black mage that had actually been on fire.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Just the raw power has shredded their clothes. I would have dug a really shredded out looking outfit.
Yeah,
I
don't know if they just mismatched the wrong styles. As I look at the bottom, I'm with you. I'm like, did they go for that Heaven's Word kind of like we've embattled kind of thing? But as you go up, then it's like it's pretty, and then it's the weird hat. The weird hat just throws me off. The jewelry around the neck, and then the old looking I don't know. This is terrible.
And the sleeves are whatever. The sleeves, I kind of expected the sleeves to kind of match the skirt, I guess. I don't know.
It's a D. This is I'm going to give this is a D.
A D. Oh, I thought you said B, and I'm like, dude, C. But D?
I'm going to give it a D. I'll give it a C if you want to give it a C, but
no, I think it's you might be right.
I have to designate it. I have to designate something as my lowest point.
So far, this is my least favorite.
Right. Well, there's only 2 more left, so
okay.
Here's my boy, the Summoner.
Okay, I like the white and gold very much, but that's about it.
That's about it for me too. I like the white and gold. I have done the white and gold look on my Summoner, or at least the White Mage I have before, and I like white and gold as a look. I like white and gold in a red trim or a Rolandberry red trim. I really like that they added the Phoenix in this picture. I think it kind of adds to, like, because there's almost like a Greek sort of something going on, like, and every once in a while Scholar will take this kind of Greek, like with the sandals and stuff. But the thing is, they didn't go with the sandals. They went with boots. So you almost go from, it almost looks steampunk. It almost looks steampunk to me.
Kind of the crossover button chest kind of looks something, but I don't know what it is to me. But it also looks like the crossover button chest looks like it's, well, I don't know. I have to look at some more pictures. It looks like it's in the wrong place, and it's like got like this weird scoop bodice
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my costumer background is coming out a little bit hardcore. And then there's like almost butt wings, but not really.
Yeah, I can't tell if those are butt wings, if that's some kind of satchel thing on the back. I'm guessing they're butt wings though, because it's Summoner. Yeah, that top, it's like the way it crosses the chest is too high to me. It should slant lower, but then you also have that wraparound thing that I'm like, is that like a machinist gun belt kind of thing? That's why I'm like, this looks steampunk. It looks more like machinist to me than it does Summoner. And from the top, it looks like machine. And then as you come down, I'm like, okay, well, there's a skirt, so there's the Summoner part. I can't even see the horn properly in this picture, so there is a little...
I can't even tell what the headpiece is.
There's a little bit of this. I can't really tell until I get an all angle. But I'm somewhere between like B and C on this one. It's just, it's not my favorite, and I'm going to get it because I'm a summoner, but I'm probably not going to use these pieces, you know, so...
I am right there with you. We're being a little harsh here, but some of these are underwhelming.
We got a lot of glamour in this game, and glamour is the true end.
I know. They have to live up to... let's see. The last one's
Mage.
Red Mage. It's very Red Mage.
Very Red Mage.
But I don't know how much... I'm trying to think how much it really differs from other Red Mage outfits.
Well, I mean, you've kind of got this... Well, I don't know what the pattern is on the chest. It kind of gives me one of them, like, Iron Cross, something that's more of a symbol. And I like that inlay. I like the intricacy of it. I love the weapon. The Fabergé egg-looking deal.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, hell
okay.
yeah. I think that's pimp. And I think the hat is really good this go around, too. In the benchmark, which you can see all of these in the benchmark. When you
I need to go to I need to play the benchmark.
When you see the Red Mage from the side, and the hat looks really good from the side. I don't think it looks as good in this picture, but from the side, that feather, well, the feather's probably the size that the bard should have their feather. Red Mage got the bigger feather this go around. So, I like this outfit. This is the first time me noticing the little blue cape thing in the back. So I don't know how I feel about the navy blue cape in the back, but we'll kind of see how it goes. I'll give this one. It's a solid. It's between a B and an A for me. I think it's a beautiful outfit. Yeah, I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's very traditional though. The thigh high boots.
Yeah, I think the only thing that puts it over for me is some of the details are, to me, a little superior to what I've seen Red Mages wear. I do need, and again, I am judging all of these just on these still photos. So, I'm going to go in 2 weeks. I'll probably be like remeasuring all of these, but we'll see. All right. And that's it. That is all the pickies that we have. All right. And then we had words are hard. Then we have upcoming game events. They gave us a entire roadmap here.
Hey.
The upcoming schedule on July 19th, this Monday. The Make It Rain campaign is coming, and our free company is ready, man. We have all these MGP plus free company actions ready to go.
That's right.
All right. So then on the 20th, we have the 5.58 patch. That's going to be what they call miscellaneous updates and the Feast Season 20. This is usually easing of stuff, right?
This is the unlocking of everything.
Unlocking of everything.
Yeah.
Maybe nerfing any last things they were going to nerf
Sure.
or relic steps or whatever. So I was thinking of taking this off, but it might not be enough to take the day off.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But that's good. And this is probably the last patch, right? Before 6.0?
I think they promised us up to 5.58.
Okay. Well, what else would they give us at this point? There's no more story.
It would have to be an emergency thing. I don't know.
They could give us some emergency patches. They could maybe do a couple of little balancy things if they broke something or whatever. All right, and then August 13th, they're going to do the Moonfire Fair. We're getting that. And then on 8/27, we're getting the Rising. So that's good. And, did they skip? Did I miss some? I know there's more slides in this. We're also getting the Final Fantasy 15 crossover event. Where is the slide for that?
I'm not sure. I know for a fact they said that the 15 crossover
We're getting
event.
it.
Oh, I think it's a little further down. They talk about the seasonal event replay. Yeah.
Okay, because that's what the seasonal event replay was about.
Yeah.
Was the 15 event. So they're going to do the seasonal event for 15 again, and they're going to let those of us who have already completed it redo it. But in big red warning box, if you start it, you need to complete it. Do not. It's going to reset the entire 15 quest. Mm-hmm. So if you need to finish it. So I'm not going to do it on my main. I might go do it on my alt or something. Yeah.
I love this. I'm not necessarily the replay part. To me, that's a trap because I'll end up fucking up and then lose my car mount or something stupid. But what I love is that it's giving these people access, giving new players access to Final Fantasy 15 content, the regalia. But what I also love is the kicker is you need to be around before the expansion drops to get this. Mm-hmm. They're not making it where you get it right. You can get Endwalker and then walk into this. No. You need to be subscribed or whatever before Endwalker if you want to get on top of this. So nice little money grab there, Square Enix. I feel you.
Yeah, make people come back and okay. So I pulled up the slide. The Rising is August 27th. The Final Fantasy 15 collaboration event starts in September 13th.
Okay, great.
And then we're going to get to it, but in mid-September will be a media tour. And in about a month later, October 19th, will be the new Moogle Treasure Trove. So we'll get there now. Okay, so they're going to do Endwalker media tours. I don't know if those are all going to be online or what. I can't remember what I read. I think there's still a lot of lockdown, a lot of COVID. A lot of be safe out there, fam. So the media tours will probably give us, some tidbits, but honestly, I don't think they're going to spoil anything too major. No. So, all right, but on October 19th, we're getting Moogle Treasure Trove. And then on November 19th, we're getting early access for Endwalker. So you have a month to get what you need for... Yeah, this is, again, go subscribe, because there's going to be at least one or two things that you can only get, right, for Moogle Treasure Trove, but you're going to have a month to get it. And I think from the Blue Mage thing they did, right? I bet they're going to put that prize in here, right?
That's what I think, the jacket, which they did complete the Blue Mage quest, so we'll be getting that jacket. They always complete the shit, whatever.
And even when they didn't, they gave it to us anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But, so Moogle Treasure Trove from the 19th to the 19th, pretty much. And the expansion proper launches November 23rd. So... I don't know, did you pre-order already? Did you got your earrings?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
No. Did you pre-order already? Do you
have
your
absolutely.
Earrings?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, I've already taken my time off. I'm so excited. I'm very hype. I'm hoping to stay spoiler-free and revel in it for the entire week.
Oh, yeah. It's an event. If you have not been there for an expansion of a game before, especially an expansion for 14, expect long queue times, especially now. This game is very popular now. Expect long queue times. Also expect some sort of Raban EX. Unfortunately, there's always something. And when I say Raban EX, there is going to be a bottleneck at some point in the quest line that too many people around some NPC, or there's an instance that's full, and you're going to have to wait for it, and you're just going to have to keep spamming the button or whatever it is to get to it.
Or do what I do. Go take your husband out for breakfast.
There you go.
Go do something else.
Whoa.
If you're taking the time off, go do something in meat space, or go take a quick nap. Come back. Sure. The game will be here.
I was going to say, if you're Yelta or probably any of us in the free company, you will be playing from 3 a.m. on, and then when 9 a.m. rolls around, the sun's up and the rooster's crowing, that you're like, well, I guess we'll go to Hardee's or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll go get breakfast at Denny's. and then come back. So that is an option. I can't wait.
But prepare yourself. The Robin EX didn't happen, I think, in Shadowbringers because they changed it so you would queue for the instances, even solo instances, so it wasn't that bad. I didn't have any problems at all, really. I don't remember. I'd have to go back.
It was minor in Shadowbringers.
It was really minor in Shadowbringers. But yeah, there's something could happen. It could interrupt your gameplay, and you just gotta take it and be chill about it. I don't know. Don't get butthurt. Go have a backup plan. Go take a nap. Go take a shower. Eat something delicious. Go kiss your significant other. Mm-hmm. Let them know you haven't forgotten them in the hours and weeks that you're going to ignore them while you're
take a shower. Just take a shower. That's all I'm saying. Just take a shower.
Take a shower. Just take a shower. All right. But I'm hype. I'm very hype. Male Viera can be explored in the character creator, in the benchmark, and they're slightly smaller in stature than female Viera. They're
supposed to be.
You know, but they're not too small, right? So I know a lot of people who are really worried that they'd be completely diminutive, right? Mm-hmm. Like the opposite of the aura. Like the males are huge and the females are tiny. Nah. They're not like that. They're a little bit smaller, but they're not 12-year-old boys. So, you know, it's not creepy.
No, they're like Midlander males. Yeah, you're a Midlander. They're not that bad. They are. Oh. They all do look like they have eyeshadow on, and they all look like that they're like 80s emo, some kind of thing going. So if that's your cup of tea, so be it. I always make one that looks like Rubicon because Ruby always looks the same. I never changed the look.
Even in Lalafell form, you were amazing. You definitely looked like Rubicon.
So I made one for the contest. It's out there if you want to follow me on Twitter and check it out. But be sure to enter the contest. I think we'll talk about the contest briefly here in a minute, but be sure to enter the contest.
All right. And then I'm done, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was in Discord chat with a whole bunch of people. We watched the live letter, and then Yoko Taro walked out, and we're like, fuck, Tim, and we bitched about the mask, and we were like, whatever, and we left.
Yeah.
And the answer is, he doesn't care that there's no real big interesting reveal about Yorha, Dark Apocalypse, and, you know, and he revels in the fact that we're irritated by it.
He never cares. And I guess that's kind of the thing, like, I just feel like at the end of the day, Yokotaro, of course he's going to do what he wants, and he's successful doing what he wants. I'm not shitting on the guy, but it's almost like some asshole that you know in school or something, and you know they're always going to act the same way, and you're just kind of tired of their shit. And every once in a while it's funny, but it's like, man, fucking Yokotaro's coming. Like, just deal with him and he'll go away. Mm-hmm. And it's like, he comes out and it's the same shit. Will the story continue? Yokotaro says if he gets money and they can work at it at the bar, yes. Oh, ha, 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 it's funny, you know. Nothing matters and everybody sucks. Let's get drunk. Ah, ha, 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 ha. It's the same shtick to me or whatever. It's the nihilism thing. And then to me, it takes away from the whole, like, Nier's supposed to be this in-depth, I'm exploring myself and what does my place mean in the universe, and la 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 la. When Yokotaro just wants to, like, it sounds to me like he just wants to get laid and drink beer. So, I mean, maybe that's the dichotomy in the mind of Yokotaro when he's lying half drunk in bed thinking of stuff. He's thinking of these infinite universes and how they all tie together. But to be honest, the man doesn't care about anything. He doesn't give a shit. He's getting paid and he's not doing any, you know, it's whatever. It's a fucking floating head that they sit on the counter and he talks through a microphone off screen. It's like, man, if you love Nier, you love Nier. I'm Yokotaro'd out. Yokotaro'd out.
I don't even hate Nier, but I didn't really care for the implementation of it in 14. I did play quite a bit. I hard cried during some Nier Automata, you know, bits, and I'm done now. I don't even care. And the fact that he doesn't care, when the creator is like, you know what, whatever, mysteries won't be resolved, no one cares. Mm-hmm. You know, life is meaningless, and we're all dust in the wind. Yeah. Well, I'm like, well, fuck you, I don't care.
Yeah, well, I didn't even finish the content, so I guess we're even, Yokotaro.
I finished the fucking content and I still don't care.
The way to
worse.
win is to not play, Yelta. Isn't that the moral of the story?
I have trouble not playing.
There is
way to win.
There is something good out of this thing, and that's Yoshida talking about Final Fantasy 16. They're done with the scenario for 16. They're about to wrap up the English voice acting. Yoshida says they may not be able, or there might not be an update about 16 at Tokyo Game Show, and that he's already said way too much. That the team is trying to get into a playable state by then. So, a little bit of 16 news. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably not going to be my jam. A lot of the latest Final Fantasy games haven't been, but that's okay. I am looking forward to the new re-releases, the pixel versions, whatever they're called. I want to play all of them again. The old ones. All right, then we had merchandise. Buy my stuff. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen these because I pretty much watched the live letter and then just tuned out for the entire rest of the entire 14-hour broadcast. So, what are these? Final Fantasy XIV Victory Assured Doramas, Namazu, and Limit Break versions. It's for Japan.
All right.
They're knickknacks, it looks like. I don't know what else to say. Great. Marvelous. All right. Then let's go back to our notes. Announcing the Endwalker Benchmark contest. You entered this.
I did. Yeah. So they make it really easy for you. I would suggest anybody wanting to enter the contest. One, if you're listening to this, you need to enter like now because I think it's a short window. July 26th. Is the close of that. So I mean, by the time you listen to this, you probably got about a week to get this in. So if you go to the post on the Lodestone, after you scroll past the repetitive gifts that they have to offer,
nothing new.
Not really.
No, nothing new. Okay.
They have a template here for attaching it to your Twitter post with either the benchmark or the your character. So I would say just follow that, fill in the stuff, and you'll be good. But I went for the my Vieira, my 14 Vieira.
Yeah.
And I made him look like Ruby. I thought it was good. I didn't really want to go with the benchmark because my score wasn't as high as it had been years past. And it's like I don't want to talk about my score, so. We'll just do the picture of the aura, but it's a super easy contest.
Performance anxiety or what?
Yeah, I didn't want people to see how small it was, so we just went with the bunny boy, and I'm going for the Araman choker because I think that's the one I didn't win when I thought I was going to get that other contest. So I need that Araman choker for some Black Mage glamour in the future. So enter it, do it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get on that. I do like to enter contests. I don't have all those things, and that's the only way you can get some of them, so. All right, the Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker promotional site launches. I've not launched this before, so I'll probably never get there because my internet sucks.
Well,
How much Flash shit is there?
There's a bunch of Flash shit, and it's the same old stuff. It's, in Noose, it's just a quick... Hey, here's what's coming on with the expansion and all that other good shit and all the stuff that you can expect coming up. And it's got the trailers even playing in the damn background. I mean, like, it's going.
Yeah, this is actually seems better optimized than previously. It's good. View trailer, yeah.
Pre-order.
All the buttons seem to be here, that's.
Hey, maybe they got 6 devs together to make a better purchase website. We'll see.
It looks good. Looks good. All right. Let's see. Watch the Blue Mage Challenge. I did not watch the Blue Mage Challenge. By the time I was on, apparently the NA team had already played for a bit that day and completed some of them, and then I assume the European and Japanese teams finished it up.
Yeah. I watched the North American team stuff to some extent. I saw them going into things. So, yeah, I mean, I expected this to happen. I hope it was fun for all, but I very much expected this to happen, them to get it, and us to have that new jacket on the way. And I'm glad Blue Mage got a little bit of a showcase.
Well, Blue Mage is fun. It's fun for what it is, right? It's a
Yeah.
mini game. It's a mini game within a game, and if you accept it as such, it's fun. And it's actually not... People tonight in our Discord chat, Nofika's Bosom Discord chat, were posting pictures of them doing fights as a group together. People are doing this content. It's not dead content. It's engaging and interesting and fun. So, Blue Mage it needs a little bit of love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Play free for up to 14 days in the latest free login campaign. This started on July 9th and ends on August 23rd. Step 1 is to make sure you meet all the eligibility requirements within the campaign period. That means basically you haven't been subbed for a while. I don't remember. It's like 90 days or something. I can't remember. Step 2 is launch the client and log in. The free play period begins immediately after logging in. So if you have to download the game or patches or whatever, that counts. That someday they will fix that, I swear to God, if they know it's good for them. Then enjoy Final Fantasy XIV for the duration of your free play period. And once it expires, you can continue playing by renewing your subscription on the MOG station. So the eligibility is you have to have previously purchased and registered. All registered accounts must have been inactive during the campaign period. Registered service accounts must have been inactive for at least 30 days. Okay, so 30 days. So if you haven't played in a month, come back, say hi to your friends, or, just show up. Yeah. So it's here. It's here again. Come do it. I always retweet these. I always kind of secretly hope someone on Twitter who's following me will be like, oh, that's right, I used to play that game.
Yeah. Oh, I heard it was good now. Asmongold plays.
All right, the Make It Rain campaign begins July 19th. That's Monday, isn't it?
It's coming up.
It's coming. I need MGP. I hope they give us some new stuff to buy. I don't know. From Monday, July 19th through Wednesday, August 11th. So not quite a month. There is a NPC in Ul'dah, right outside the teleport crystal. And there are 2 prizes. One is the Vexed emote, and the other is MGP bronze card. So hopefully there'll be a fun story. The real fun about it is the bonus MGP you get during the event, and then the fact that some prizes are purchased, you can purchase at a reduced MGP cost. So if you've been saving up for something, now mind you, it's never the good stuff, right?
Sure. It's
never like is it Fenrir?
Yeah.
He's not so far ever been discounted. But, I honestly expect to at least come in for this couple weeks and do at least the story. There's usually a story. And at least do your challenge log, right?
Yeah.
Do your challenge log, get all the MGP.
I mean, play Triple Triad, do the daily stuff, turn yourself in, show yourself off so you can get some MGP from that.
All the weekly stuff, do the Cacpot.
Yeah, there's lots of way to play here. I clicked this thing. I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know if it's just late at night or what's happening. All I saw was this waitress's boobs. Blam. Not that they're huge, but it's just in the center of the picture. And then all these faces of grief.
And I didn't even really think they're not like watermelon boobs. She just looks well endowed.
Oh yeah, she's perky, but I'm just saying it's straight up in the middle, and she's winking at me. So I'm like, oh,
well, bunny girls before bunny girls, and she's bringing us booze. Yeah, so I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I'm a happy camper. I think this is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, one other comment I want to make is the Vex. I see the symbol over the head. Do we have any other? I guess we do have other emotes like the heart.
The exclaim one where you get something where you get the exclamation point over.
This looks so cartoony.
I actually dislike the image above my head. I like just the emote of my character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Eureka? Where it gives you the exclamation point?
Eureka.
Yeah, I actually dislike the exclamation point, but I like the emote. And I'm like this weird fucking scribble I don't like. I'd rather just have the emotion.
Well, and what I'm thinking is I'm on the official forums a lot. I read, I peruse, I lurk. And there's always a post about speech bubbles. And I'm looking at this little cartoony thing, and I'm like, God, this looks closer to a speech bubble than any other emote that we've had that has...
How fast can I shut that shit off?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It better be toggled off upon start. Like, I don't care for speech bubbles. But there's a lot of people that want it. So
a lot of people claim their party chat scrolls away too fast. I'm like, do you realize you can sort things into multiple chat windows? And you can change the colors of those chats where they're coming from? I don't even have player character names on my screen. It is so much less eye strain for me just to walk around and see people. And if I see someone, I can click on them and then I can see their name and their title.
Yeah.
I do have my friends' names show up, but then I can find them quickly and I can click on them. My party members have their initials on, but that's all I need. I don't need to see your full name. There's so much visual clutter in this game unless you really, really...
Very true.
You know, and so there's also a lot of chat log clutter. If you're playing with native chat log... Last week, I think I showed my screenshot to, didn't realize you could drag the chat tabs, make them bigger, smaller, change the fonts and colors, and pull a tab out and have a whole separate chat log with different shit in it. You know, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not really for chat bubbles. I don't need that on my screen.
This just seems real close to me, this little scribbly mark. Anyway.
Yeah, I feel ya. All right, and then we have Feast Season 20 is coming soon. It's on the 20th. Everybody's preseason tier is getting adjusted for Season 20 starting tier. I think it's same old, same old.
It's same old.
To me, though, I think it's the last one. PvP.
I think it's the last one.
Is it?
That's my personal opinion. I think it's going to be the last one, at least before Endwalker, and I also think that this type of content will be taking a back seat when we get to Endwalker and we talk about those new PvP modes. I don't have any confirmation on any of that, but I would feel like 20 is a nice round number to say, all right, well, we're going to take a break from the feast for a little bit while we focus on some other stuff and see what happens. That's my speculation.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. We all know, anybody who listens know PvP is not my jam. But I welcome some sort of refresh to the PvP world. I really kind of hope they've, like other content. They've looked, they've listened, they've seen how we play it. They can make adjustments. Maybe they've watched other games or gotten some developers in who actually maybe know how to do PvP. I keep seeing make open world PvP a thing on the servers, and I'm assuming that's just Titan Man or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yes.
But it's like, that would make me quit so fast. I cannot be just questing and have someone come gank me. I just won't do it. But consensual PvP, as long as the games are snappy, as long as they happen fast, I can get in, get out, I can respawn. I can get wolf marks. There are things I've done a lot of wolf or a lot of PvP for mounts and minions and hairstyles. I did a lot of PvP for Garo. I actually mostly enjoyed all of my time in there. But the feast has never been something I'm interested in, and I wouldn't mind if they did a refresh on all of PvP. I know we got some new mode coming, but we'll see what happens. All right, reminders announcing the Final Fantasy XIV and Twitch collaborative campaign. This is the Black Chocobo mount stuff. I don't think they've adjusted it yet, right? This is the same shit we talked about.
Same shit. I don't think that there's going to be any adjustments.
People?
It's just still going on. So
yeah, I still haven't gone in to support anyone. So honestly, in the next week, I think I will. I would like to go find one of the smaller streamers and give them some love. So if anyone knows anyone, especially on the English list, PM me on Twitter or send us an email or something and be like, just say, this person deserves your 3 subs or whatever, 5, 4 subs. I already have the mount. I don't care. We'll probably give some out. Someone's already gifted us one. We'll probably give some out later for a contest somewhere. And but I would like to support one or more maybe of these smaller streamers. Some of these bigger streamers don't need my help. Yelta's clout is not big, but I would like to support someone. So let me know who I support. And then hopefully we can have a contest maybe and give out some prizes.
Yeah.
Speaking of contests, our Show Us Your Thirst contest is over now. Today it's done.
Yep.
We done now. We have some entries. I haven't perused all of them as closely as I'd like to yet.
You saw one earlier. I know that.
Well, I need to send that to my sister so she can also be cursed. But we'll look at them soon and we will announce a winner. And yeah,
we got more than one entry, so that's fantastic.
I
was very happy that we actually have to make a selection. We had several on Twitter. We had several by email. So this is just the beginning of more contests. We want to do more stuff. We've been donated some extra gifts we talked about last week, so we just got to figure out the right way to do it. We want to distribute this one first, and then we'll start something else. We got a long road before Endwalker. We got to give out some prizes, keep people going. So I'm excited. Yelta, I'm going to take the next part, and I want to talk about something I found that talk about the official forums. I was out there on the official forums, and I found an updated map. I think this has been going around, is the updated map of the 3 great continents before Endwalker releases. So we've got a nice new picture, and if you want to look along with it, the forums have it, but I think you probably Google for this now. But the post I'm looking at is called Updated Map of the 3 Great Continents. And the noticeable differences, we're seeing the clouds over Isildbard parted, but it's just over Garlemald, which we still don't get to see the rest of the Isildbard continent. We know what's out there. We know, about some of the areas that is in there, like Bosja and such. But why we don't see them, don't really know. Turncliffe also can't see it here on the map, so don't quite know that yet. But I think we'll be getting that stuff soon. I think just the lore gods need time to position what they want. They want the lands to look like. But I'm intrigued as we see more and more of the world map, and I do not think that this is the end. I think we still have western lands to look at. We still have Mericidia to look at. I don't think that's the end of Hydaelyn. Do we still call the planet Hydaelyn? I don't really know. But
Hydaelyn's the planet, yeah. Eorzea.
But when we kill her at the end of Endwalker, what are we going to call the planet? I don't know. But anyway, I think this is great. And of course, Domo, Charlayan, Ratatan got some refreshers, and they've got some symbols that have been refreshed. And I love the lore. Well, I can't wait for a lore book 3. No rumors yet, but I know it's happening. I know it's going to happen. You know it's coming.
We all know it's coming. No, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see. There's a giant whale.
Yeah.
By the way. I'm very excited to see. I'm hoping they don't do us dirty like they've done a couple of places where the burn was a zone and the Exile place was a zone. Was it just a dungeon? The zones were just dungeons. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't do that anymore. But if they have to, right?
I suppose. I mean, gives us at least a little insight. Yeah.
Well, and I also keep seeing, I know we're running long, but I keep seeing on the official forums the posts keep coming up about get rid of the loading screens and get rid of the blah, blah, blah and make it all seamless and whatever. And I'm like, part of the joy is about loading screens is they could always put something else there.
Sure.
I guess. I don't know. That's always been my kind of hope. And honestly, other games just hide their loading screens by tunnels. So.
Well, and that was what we had with 1.0, right? We had those long tunnels to walk through, and it didn't make the game any better. So stop trying to cram 1.0 shit back into this game. No.
I don't know. I'd rather have cool, interesting zones versus seamless ones.
Agreed.
All right. I think you already covered some of this.
Yeah,
I'm scrolling down and down and down.
We've got fan mail. That's what we need to talk about.
We got fan mail. Let us move on to happy hour fan mail. Soul Survivors. This was an email. Yes. Just wanted to say I love listening to you both chat about things going on. I found you on iHeartRadio app, and I've listened to all of your episodes with a feeling of, that's amazing, I didn't know that, since I really only started about 3 years ago, playing about 3 years ago. I'm also not a fan of the guitaring game, but I do love and agree with the concept. I wanted to share an event idea for your free company. Perhaps you will like it, maybe you won't. But it's called Free Company Celebrities, where I challenge members to take a screenshot with a selected long-term recognized member from Soul Survivors. Oh, and lastly, a picture of something awful my friend shared with me that you could use to haunt your members. Crying, laughing face. I am sorry, my friend sent this to me. That is... Yeah. This is like the Ring. You like showed us the videotape and now we're gonna die.
Yeah. I think after I enlarged it, I saw the bottom half, I was gonna die. It was like, what is this thirsty for?
Oh God,
I have no idea. So.
It hurts me so much. I love you and hate you for sharing that. I'm gonna have to pass that on, especially to both of my sisters, I think, and maybe my mom. I do like your idea for a free company event. That's cute too.
Yeah, we could always use free company event ideas. Yeah. So that's that's good.
This makes me think of like a what do you call it? Used to have it as a kid. You go door to door and I need a paper clip and a hunt.
Oh, like a scavenger hunt kind of thing.
Scavenger hunt. A screenshot scavenger hunt might be cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for sending us an email, and curse you for that image. All right. Hey, Ruby and Yelta. Lady Kikyo from Exodus here. So I'm replaying NG Plus and currently in Stormblood. Now that I have done Shadowbringers and redone the Azim Step Zone, I have a new Endwalker prediction. It is a bit too long, didn't read, but I gotta get it out. So, Azim and Nahama, we all know their story, and the Exalia and the Owner of Creation story, and the Azim Avatar concept. Let's say Hydaelyn and Zodiark have a love-hate relationship. Well, opposites do attract. Mm-hmm. And they have forever been chasing one another, yet unable to meet. For calamity would ensue if they did. They're not quite like yin-yang in this scenario. In Endwalker, I bet Hydaelyn and Zodiark smash together as Sun and Moon / Azim and Nahama and create the biggest calamity in existence, threatening to end the universe. Smash can also mean fuck, so the kids tell me. Mm-hmm. I mean, think of the sexual tension between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. It tops the healer / tank love.
I knew it. I had not read this email yet, so I'm walking into this going, I know where this is going.
Yeah, tensions here. And we spend Endwalkers trying to play matchmaker to a warring celestial beings.
Zodiark's a bottom, by the way, as far as the art I've seen. Zodiark's a bottom.
Could you imagine the fanfic? Oh my god. And I've
seen them scrawled on the walls. They were drawing...
Zodiac's a body.
Drawing pictures of these
Hydaelyn's the top. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The ancients should have just let them date as teens and we could avoid the whole mess, but we wouldn't have 10 years worth of great content now, would we? Just my late night ponderings in the bathtub. And they post pictures of 2 drinks. Delicious. I am so excited for what's to come in the Warrior of Light / Darkness. Thank you for all the awesome episodes. I can listen to them repeatedly, and I do not do reruns on most content, so you guys are truly amazing. Oh, I'm blushing.
Aww.
I appreciate the intelligent discourse between you two and your guests, as well as the neutral stance you try to take on the show and the SE content discussed, while expressing your individual tastes so we all get to know you on a personal level. I feel like we are friends, but we're strangers. That's good hosting right there.
Oh, Lady Kikyo, that was...
Happy love faces. Lady Kikyo,
that is so sweet. That's one of the kinder emails that we've gotten in a long time. Just great, especially like when you hear things like, as well as the neutral stance you try to take on the show. I remember when we were called elitist bastards and all kinds of things.
Oh, and hating the game.
We hated the game.
We were told we hated the game because we dared critique it.
Oh, dare critique
it. Or we white knighted the game because... We were both.
We are just all over the place, Yelta. We just can't get it right. Well, thank you, Lady Kikyo, for understanding that we try to be as neutral as possible about stuff, but we're fully invested. We've been playing this game since 1.0, so we only want it to get better. I see the game as going in a good direction. I mean, I think the lore has been great. Yeah, I think they should bang. I kind of want to see what happens. Well, I feel like I've said this before, and then like it was like, no, if all the worlds collide, that's what Zodiark wants. I'm like, maybe Zodiark is like the ex-lover just trying to ring Hydaelyn back up, and he just like keeps trying, and every one of the calamities is him getting creepier and creepier with trying to get a hold of Hydaelyn.
Call the cops.
And Hydaelyn is basically, we're her restraining order. So maybe it's not as great as we think it is. But we don't have Zodiac's side of the story, right?
Well, we truly don't have Hydaelyn's side.
We really
of the
don't
story,
have
really.
Hydaelyn's side of the story. That's what
we don't really have the story. We got,
That's what we've got right now. No, well, thank you for the email. Thank you both for the emails. Keep them coming. We love to hear from our listeners. We will have more contests and more ways for you guys to interact with us. In fact, I forgot to mention this. I was recently on a podcast. I don't think they've released it yet. The Snack Bites podcast, with, Flatus and Chili, from both, Maelstrom Radio and Moogle Go Round Radio. They had me on to eat chips. Again, it has been 1 year since we did the Baconator Wendy's chips, and this time was the spicy chicken sandwich Wendy's Pringles. And it's a great episode, so when they have that released, go check out the Snack Bites podcast. It's got a picture of a little blue face. Looks like a little ball with a face on it. And enjoy that on iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your stuff. We fixed our Stitcher issue. We had an issue with Stitcher for a little bit. You couldn't listen to it on the web. I'm sure all three people who use a web browser to listen to us on Stitcher appreciate that it got fixed. But every once in a while at work, I do some quality control and make sure our podcast is still working. And I'm like, I can't play our podcast at work. Why can't I do that? So got that fixed. And again, if you have She Who should not be named that has interrupted our podcast twice tonight, you can ask her. Her name starts with an A and ends with Lexa. You can ask her to listen to the Gather Together podcast. I think it's better if you say Gather Together Final Fantasy podcast, because you might get, I think, like some kind of religious message.
There's a couple other Gather Together,
and they mix it up. Every time I say Gather Together, it gives me something different. I say it the same way, and it'll give me something. Sometimes it gives us. Sometimes it gives me a religious programming, and the other one I think is either self-help or maybe it's also religious. I don't know. We're not a religious program. You can tell by the cussing that we do, and we are definitely not self-help. We are both broken people.
We need help.
We need help.
Send help.
So we're the other one. We're the other option. But if you say Gather Together Final Fantasy podcast, we should come up on that device as well. So thank you for listening. That's all I'll say, because we've gone 2 hours, Yelta.
We got 2 hours. I'm not sure what happened. Apparently a lot of pent-up talking.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, then I guess it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can find links to all of our episodes and blog posts on our website, www.gtffxiv.com. While you're there, please leave us a comment. And if you'd like to, you can support us by clicking the donation button. You can find us on Twitter at GTFFXIV. You can email us at gtffxiv@gmail.com. Please rate us. Personal plugs, Ruby.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at RubiconVale, RubiconVale.
And you can find me on Twitter at Yelta Sumasu, YeltaSumasu. As always, thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.